And I want to show you this Facebook post I posted up recently, dated 3rd of June, right? First, let's nail down this very important chart. This chart is from the Land Transport Authority of Singapore. This is the official statistics, all right? And you cannot mess around with this. And next, it is showing you the data from 2012 all the way to 2022. This year is 2023. So you have 1 decade of solid data. Now, the surprising thing that I didn't know about is this. The total number of vehicle count in Singapore has consistently maintained below 1 million units. Holy moly, how the heck that happened? Look at this. It has never gone above 1 million. Because this is an official government policy to cap the number of cars on Singapore, 1 million on the road. It is a policy, fixed. There's a ceiling. And that's the reason why I look at this and say, what? You mean we always have 1 million cars on the road? I thought we have many new cars. Yes, the cars on the road are very new because each car has an expiration of 10 years. That's where, recently I bought the certificate of entitlement. I think Tesla bid it too high for me. I paid $120,000 just to own the certificate, the right to buy a car. So step 1, you have to buy the cert. Then step 2 with the cert, then you can buy the physical Tesla car. As a result, car prices in Singapore is one of the highest in the world. That's like more than $250,000 just to own a Tesla Model Y because of the COE, all right? So I'm going to show you the key pointers right here. Very interesting. Number 1. Here we go. Let me try to make it up, all right? Nearly 2/3 of the passenger cars is occupying about 12%. All right, 12% of the roads in Singapore is dedicated to public roads for the cars to drive on. Whereas if you are looking at public housing, 13% of our land size is allocated to housing. It's almost the same, all right? Now, what does these two represent? Housing versus car. These two items is probably the largest, you can call it investment or expenditure, depending on how you look at the particular property, all right? Property, some of us, we look at it as an investment. Some of us look at it as a liability because when you cannot service the mortgage, it becomes a liability. Then car, most of us look at it as a liability because of depreciation. But I realize that car, in the future in Singapore, is going to become an asset. Let me put forward to you the thesis, all right? So here we go. We come back here. So the certificate of entitlement system has been implemented since 1990 to contain the surge in car ownership. All right, without it, Singapore risks becoming a giant car park. And then from 2018, the vehicle population growth has been kept at a steadfast 0%. We are not allowed to increase the car count. Physically, it's fixed as 1 million cars. All right? And because of that, the government has to put in more resources to build for us better public transport like the buses or the trains. And that's one of the ways that the government try to, substitute your aspiration to own a car. They say that if you can't afford a car, we give you the best public transportation system in the world. So all this boils down to what? By the way, this information came from where? It came from Madam Ho Chin, the wife of Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong. She posted out on Facebook. And I went to dissect her article. And I realized one golden truth. The price of car moving into the future will keep going up. It will not come down. She did paint a scenario when the price of car will come down is when the income of Singapore goes down. Now that is bad for us. But if we maintain the current income or the income increasing, the price of car will just keep going up. So to me, this is like, wow, car actually can become an asset. And in fact, I sold off my old car of 5 years, and guess what? I made a profit. I say, how could this be? I made a profit from an old car that I drove for 5 years. So this is the phenomena I wanted to share with you, all of you. And then you begin to understand the world has changed. Places like Singapore is going to be more and more expensive to own a car. But if you go to other countries where a piece of Tesla is like dirt cheap, that's the difference. That's why I encourage you guys to go out there and take a look of the new world.